Alrighty, diving on in. It's time for some mono red Prowess deck wins in Modern. So I'm back, took a day off thanks to being a little ill after the weekend. It's definitely some kind of cough and flu going around Toronto. This is not the coronavirus, but we are going to get some people with a fever. I got a fever, and it's a fever for the card called Lightning Bolt. I haven't played this card in a while, so we're going to play it in this very aggressive red deck in the Modern format. So Prowess deck wins has 8 1-drops with the Prowess mechanic. It says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So if we combine Monastery Swiftspear and Soul-Scar Mage with a combination of low-cost burn spells, some of which draw us cards, like Crash Through, or some of which draw us cards and are mana neutral, like Manamorphose, we can stack up a bunch of Prowess triggers on these creatures and kill our opponent very quickly. We also have Runaway Steam-Kin, which is a 2-mana card that doesn't have the Prowess mechanic, but it says whenever you cast a red spell, if it has fewer than 3 +1/+1 counters, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It also has the ability remove 3 +1/+1 counters from Steam-Kin and add 3 red. So if you play 3 1-mana spells that are all 1 red, you get 3 counters on the Steam-Kin. You can remove those 3 counters and get 3 more red mana. So this little card here, in addition to being a 3/3 or 4/4 beater, also gives you an engine for mana, which can generate some pretty spectacular turns with things like Light Up the Stage and Crash Through and Manamorphose. And then on top of that, all the way at the tippy top, we've got Bedlam Reveler. Looks like it costs 8 for a 3/4 with Prowess, but it actually costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, so you can get this out pretty early. And when it enters the battlefield, you discard your hand and draw 3 cards. So if you have no cards in hand and fully stock the graveyard, this is red for draw 3 for a 3/4 Prowess, which is pretty nuts value. Importantly, in our burn spells, we're playing Lightning Bolt, we're playing Lava Spike, and then we're playing Lava Dart, which is an excellent inclusion as the Modern card pool from Modern Horizons. At least it's excellent for these kind of decks. It deals 1 damage, but the flashback is Sack of Mountain, so you can get 2 Prowess triggers for 1 mana. And then we've also got Burst Lightning, which is 1 red for shock, instant speed, but you've got a kicker of 4 to deal 4 damage instead. Then we've got a pretty decent selection of sideboard cards against the meta. We'll see how they go as we get into this. I picked this list because it seemed like it was nice and cleanly constructed, so we're just going to go try to burn some people out relatively quickly. Should be a fairly short league, but might have some interesting games here. I, of course, prefer to play upper mid-range and control decks that take a long time, but feeling under the weather, I just want to burn through some leagues like this illness is burning through me. If you hear any of the background murmuring, that is my grandmother watching the American election coverage, or the primaries for the Democratic candidate. Lost our first die roll, so definitely not where we want to be on that. Got a little bit of a land-heavy hand, but we've got a redraw and a Swiftspear. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to mulligan this, so I will. London Mulligan makes things like that free. This is a much better hand. So we're going to probably dish this Lava Spike. Soul-Scar Mage and Swiftspear being recurring sources of damage. And of course, the Lightning Bolts being slightly higher quality burn spells than our good friend Lava Spike. Alright, so I'm going to play Soul-Scar Mage on turn 1. This means I get to play Swiftspear on 2. Actually, was it more damage to... Oh, this is my second time against Bluetron today. That's unusual. Okay, so it is tempting here. We'll see what they do. If they remand this, I'm just going to replay it and attack for 2. The Mono Bluetron deck does tend to play Remand and Condescend as its counter spells of choice. Yeah, okay, so they're just cycling a Remand here. We're just going to made our choice easy there. Alternatively, I could play the light up the stage post combat, but I think on the next turn being able to play Bolt, light up Bolt, or some combination of things like that is interesting to me. So let's see what happens if I fire off a Bolt early. They may also play things like Dismember. Alright. I made a mistake already. I actually sequenced my land first. Interesting. Well, we got to crash through, so it's going to draw us a card. And luckily we flipped only one mountain, so we can play that mountain next turn. Although it does mean this cycle land gets trapped in our hand. As you can see, we're already going to be putting out up to 8 damage this turn. There's a good chance they've got something like Repeal, which is X and a blue, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, draw a card. They didn't. So they're at 7, so there's a good chance we're just going to kill them next turn. They've got to hit Tron and something like Wormcoil Engine or Ugin, or I guess Walking Ballista for 4 would put them real close, in that it would be able to pick off both my creatures. Yeah, they got the Tron on time. O-Stone, yeah, that'll do it. So I'm gonna lose both my creatures when they pop that bad boy. But oh shoot, I should have played that one. We can try to go for a kill this turn, although putting them to 1. They're waiting till the last possible second. I think we definitely try to kill them here because I've got I can make 1 redraw. So mis-sequencing all over the place, but we'll see if we can get through this anyway. Add red, and a red. Burn spell? That's like a burn spell. Have they taken damage this turn? They have not. Okay, so I'm gonna spike them. Sorry, lightning bolt them. I meant to spike them, but that's fine. We'll play this light up the stage. Puts Bolt and Lava Dart into exile. So this is lethal. They should see that. We've actually got extra because we've got the spike in hand. So off to a strong start. Okay, let's go to sideboard and see what we can do here. I know we have Blood Moons. I guess we should be boarding those out. Eidolon, probably not. I don't think anything else needs to come in here. Just the Blood Moons. And in terms of the lowest, Crash Through seems a little medium. Maybe Burst Lightning's the worst burn spell. Crash Through being able to cycle is pretty good, I guess. Maybe one of the Bedlam Revelers, because they're there's a good chance we're going to get to a grindier game. But since we're cutting some instants, maybe they'll end up being clunky. You definitely don't want to draw them in multiple. Did I leave my Smash Smithereens on the sideboard? I probably should not have done that. Those seem really good here. I'm a goofball. Am I going to keep this? On the draw, it seems relatively good. Relic of Progenitus. Yep, it's pretty good board in against us. So my goal here is probably going to be to tax their mana as much as I can leading up to this Blood Moon. Not their mana, their cards. Just make sure that I clear out as much counter magic as I can. Relic makes me think that maybe I could have boarded out all of the Bedlam Revelers because it's going to make it prohibitively expensive to try to cast those, and there was a good chance they were going to try to attack our graveyard a little bit. Probably should have done pre-combat crash through here. When they have 2 mana up, it's just too damn likely that they've got Condescend. That was remand. Okay. Slightly better from our side. And the fact that they haven't played a Tron land yet is pretty good for us. Their deck is pretty ponderous without that. Oh, wow. Just pop the relic for value, huh? That's... Okay, they had a replacement. But do they have a land? Okay. That's definitely some good news for us. So if I play a Steam-Kin, Lavadart, Flashback Lavadart, he only has, or it only has 2 counters on it, so I don't, it's not particularly worth doing. Play a Steam-Kin. I think I cycle one crash through while they're tapped down. The double Horizon land here is a little painful, but not really a matchup where I'm going to be concerned about my life total. I'm definitely trying to count to 20 as fast as we can. Oh boy. Alright, well, free match win there, I guess. Good old Moto Shuffler giving us the good stuff. Sorry, Gustav Hagelin. Gustav Hagelin. Sure you are. Wow. This is, yeah. Oh, I get, okay, so this is all people who entered since today because it would have dropped all the leagues that people were playing with Once Upon a Time now that that card is banned. Which is, we're going to be playing an Infect deck after this that has no copies of Once Upon a Time, as per the legality of this format. Alright, rock and roll. Oh, it's Bob and Cheese. It's a mildly known member of the Magic community. I think, again, we're going to mull the 4-lander. Sure. I'll keep the 1-lander, double light up the stage. I think I toss a Soul-Scar Mage. Ooh. Alright, Bob just getting that F6 equity. Gotta conserve your clock. Alright, what are we against? Sultai or 4-color Shadow? Probably? No. Alright, some kind of... Oh! 4-color Scape Shift, I would guess. So I have 2 directions I can take this hand. We can either play Swiftspear, light up the stage this turn, or I can just play the Steam-Kin. I think I'm going to attack with this first. It's going to make it look like maybe I don't have a land drop and I'm looking to connect and then get a light up the stage. They're going to block with their Sack Elder anyway, yeah, and then sack it to go get a land. We're going to play the Steam-Kin after combat. Hopefully they are not a Wilderness Reclamation deck or something like that, although we'll see how that goes for them if they are. Okay, So our sequence here can get a little nutty next turn, so we'll see what's up. See how powerful of a game plan they're about to enact here. Sanctuary, no target. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I think we'll play the Swiftspear first. Then we're going to see if we can get into combat. If they have a Cryptic Command, there's a chance that they tap us down here. They did not. Okay, so we attack with everything. If they've got Ice Fang Quaddle, seems unlikely since they don't have any snowlands here. I'm going to fire off this Lava Dart before we hit. So yield. So I just want my triggers to resolve when they're going to. I don't think it's worth flashing back the Lava Dart now, so we're just going to connect for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seems good. See if they have a last second, I don't know, Dismember perhaps. And then cast Light Up with Spectacle. Again, you're gonna see the like even if they have counter magic here, the nuttiness of Runaway Steam-Kin is that once we have the third counter on there, even if they counter this, we get access to 3 mana. So we'll see what's up. It's a good chance we could just burn them out here because of Steam-Kin providing us a mana engine. All right, what do you got? Alright, so they Cryptic my... What are the modes? Counter target spell, return the permanent to its owner's hand. So I'm going to remove the counters because for some reason they let me get the mana off that. So we're going to play the Steam-Kin again. I'm going to play the Light Up the Stage. And in exile we have a Manamorphose and a Mountain. Alright, well, here's hoping that this will be enough. Ooh, scooped. Alright. So our draw phase is going to be Bedlam Reveler, which should be uncastable. Then we play the Manamorphose, we draw Steam-Kin. Okay. So we're against some kind of Reclamation deck, you say. I think Blood Moon's good again here. Still want to keep some number of Bedlam Revelers until I know that they have good graveyard hate. This is a great-ish opener. It doesn't have a second creature. I think ideally I'd want a second creature in the opener, but we could draw that. We did not. That's okay. Soul-Scar Mage is going to get us to the Light Up the Stage. So hopefully we can get cooking with propane. No creature this time. Alright. I'm going to fire off this Lava Dart because they're the most likely to have counter magic right now. They're not likely to counter a Lava Dart. Then cast Light Up the Stage of Spectacle. I could have done that after combat and then okay, so Swiftspear and Blood Moon. Well, I guess the jig is up on the Blood Moons, but that's not the end of the world. Hopefully we're going to connect for 3 here. Looks likely. Almost definitely going to lose that Blood Moon, but that's not the end of the world. Next turn, if we draw a land, we can go kind of nuts. Growth Spiral. Yeah, I gotta hedge a bet that this is a some kind of reclamation deck. It's not a really neat looking Teamer reclamation deck. That's red, blue, green in the Exhaustion. Yeah, okay. That's a card. So hopefully draw a land here. Nope. Alright. Nice Time Walk opponent. That really hurts considering we cast the Light Up the Stage, so I don't get any of those cards back. They're Mystic Sanctuarying for it. Okay, so they're going to get to do it again now. They can keep developing their game plan. Oh, they can get another Sanctuary again. Huh. So they can loop that 3 or 4 times, depending on how many Sanctuaries they play. And then after that, we'll see Life from the Loam. Yeah, so they're definitely going to have another fetch. So if they have another Sanctuary, they can do that again. Interesting. Blue-green turns, seems like. Okay, they didn't loop it this time. So I think I'm going to crash through, Light Up the Stage. Yeah, I'm going to play it post-combat because I haven't dealt any damage yet. Letting me come in for 4, eh? Sure, there's a reason why. I'm going to leave up my mana. Might make them hesitate about what they were going to run there. Okay, if they get okay, no Sanctuary. I wonder what they must have Uro in their deck, because I can't imagine there would be a better win condition than, ooh, Gifts Ungiven is real good. So this lets them search their library for 4 cards. We pick 2. The 2 we pick go in the graveyard, the other 2 go in their hands. It's a super powerful tutoring effect for 4 mana. And with things like Mystic Sanctuary, it doesn't matter which zone we put the cards in, because they'll be able to get them back. Yeah, so Uro comes back no matter what. Walk the Aeons they can buy back, so... Can I win through an Uro? Definitely giving them the Life from Loam. I guess we give them the Life and the Lonely Sandbar. Definitely don't want to give them the Walk the Aeons. Yeah. Alright, babe. What you get? What you get going on over there? Awakening the Uro. Escaping him. And I guess we'll be forced to see how hard we can go off on our turn and try to kill them. Having a Soul-Scar Mage in play does mean we have a path to victory in terms of trying to take the Uro off the table, but don't know if that will be enough. They got an island? Okay, so they fetched the island to thin their deck slightly, cycle a Lonely Sandbar, so they're looking for something. Okay, it's going to be the Uro. Yep. So they gain 3, go to 10. Oh boy. Oh! Yeah, that's so savage. Alright, so play Manamorphose here. So I think I just want to draw. So if I spike them and then play light up the stage, if I draw a land, I can still lightning bolt. So let's try that. So kind of got to draw a land here. Oh no, I already played a land. God, I'm bad at this game. Alright. So Uro's going to give them 3 again, so we're pretty much done here. And I think they're going to have another time walk. Life from low is fine. They got a Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, okay. So we're just dead there. So basically what happens is they put the Walk the Aeons on top, they attack, draw a card, play the Walk the Aeons, and then they can actually sack 3 islands to... I guess Eidolon would be okay here, but so would Leyline, I guess. Oh well. This has no turn 1 creature, but it does a turn 1 crash through. So being under the weather and making decisions overly quickly is definitely possibly going to be a pain in the butt. So I think I should have taken out the Blood Moons and brought in the Leyline of the Voids to hit their yard, because they're definitely using it. So we'll see if we can get away with still having a medium sideboard. Resolving a Blood Moon is really good here, but it just seems unlikely that we'll be able to do that. Hopefully they don't have Spell Snare here. That would be really rough. I think they should have it. It's a pretty good card right now. Nope, okay. Maybe just opt. No, they didn't have anything. Cool. Current Tribe Elder, sure. So, as an unfortunately quality blocker. So I'm going to play the Manamorphose because I need a counter on my Steam-Kin anyway if I want to attack with it. Yeah, and that was a perfect draw. Resolve my Swiftspear. I'm going to sack the Sunbaked Canyon, sort of set up for next turn. Hopefully we don't get... Oh, crap. That is a lot of lands. Alright, hopefully we don't get Exhaustion locked again. Definitely a neat list. Huh. Well, Loam is pretty good for us. They have to get the third island in play before they can start going off, so I guess that's their kind of... Whoa, that's rough. Alright, so... Bolt. And then... Oh boy. They're gusting. Yeah, of course they're gusting my Steam-Kin. Yeah, that's okay. So definitely in big trouble here, because just so I should have let the Steam-Kin go on the bottom. Yeah, that 6 lands is just not going to do it in this one. 7 if you count the Sunbaked Canyon that we drew earlier, and pudding. Yeah. It's one annoying new border land. I only have, I think it's 16 or 12 old border mountains in my collection, and this deck needed one more than what I own. Okay, so they have the Walk the Eons to go for next turn. So I wonder what the conflict is for their side, because they can just time walk. Oh, they milled it. Found that when I was learning to play these Mystical Sanctuary decks, I goofed that a bunch. Gifts, okay. Wonder how they're planning on not dying, essentially. So if I top deck a light up the stage, that would be my closest shot to getting a kill here. So burst lighting is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so actually it's pretty close. Pretty close. So I put Lonely Sandbar. Oh shoot. Okay, good. Thank goodness for client lag. So put Aether Gust and Fog in their graveyard. So with gifts, you're choosing what goes into their graveyard. Yes, they can get Mystic Sanctuary, Cycle of Flooded Strand. Yeah. So they've got a Fog ready if and when they need it. Which obviously they won't, but they don't know that. I wonder if they'll fire it off here. I guess not. Oh, maybe they will. Yeah. So this puts Fog on top. They have a Lonely Sandbar in hand. They cycle a Sandbar, pick up the Fog, cast the Fog. Sure. So if I'm able to attack and cast this Burst Lightning, I will be able to kill them, but it seems pretty unlikely. They can cast an Uro and even bring it back, I think. Woof. Yeah, okay. So Loam gets them Cycle Lands. Jeez. Neat to see. It's definitely a Mystic Sanctuary being put to its sort of, what do I want to say? Logical extreme. So if I crack through for 4 here, then I have a lethal amount of burn in hand. Alright, what do they got? Cryptic for tap. Draw, I'm assuming. Yeah, yes. I guess that's fine. They sack this Flooded Strand. I think I'm going to respond by Burst Lightning with Kicker. Yeah. So the reason I'm doing this is the time where they're least likely to have the single counterspell they need, which means we're going to get through for a nice clean 4. I can put them to 1 with this Lightning Bolt, but if they have the Uro... Oh, they have an Uro in their graveyard, so this is going to be getting their second green source. Yeah, there it is. So they're going to be able to escape this Uro on their turn. And then if they've got an Exhaustion, then we're just done, which I believe they'll have access to quite easily. There's 3 Mystic Sanctuaries in play, though, so I wonder if they should have bounced one with the Cryptic instead of drawing a card, because then they'd be guaranteed. Okay, so depending on how they do this, if they don't, yeah, okay, so if they don't have a counter here, we win, but they should have it. Okay, I think because I had 1 mana open, and because going to 3 against a burn deck is such a big deal, yeah. Yeah. All right. I think from their perspective, they definitely could have won that game, because if they stay at 4 and they bounce their own Mystic Sanctuary instead, then all they have to do is play the Uro. They're at 4 when they play the Uro, and then I can't bolt them out like that, and then they get the exhaustion out of their graveyard for the Uro draw trigger, the Mystic Sanctuary that's in their hand, and then that gives them the exhaustion. They play the exhaustion, so it's not as good as time walking, like actually time walking with Walk the Aeons, but I think that would have done it. All right, against Twinless Twin. This does not have a second land or a 1-mana creature in it, otherwise it would be perfect. I think if we don't draw the land, we just lose this game very quickly, so I think I'm going to mulligan that. There we go, much better. You can definitely put the Bedlam Reveler on the bottom. It's just well out of reach, and there's 2 more to draw, so we don't have any shuffle effects in this deck, so unless our opponent hits us with a Field of Ruin or something like that, that is just going to hide on the bottom, and that's fine. It's a little slow and clunky because we're going to go turn 1 Soul-Scar, turn 2 Steam-Kin, turn 3 Steam-Kin, but if our opponent is playing something where they don't interact with us much, like Titan, we're going to be in great shape. I haven't run into Titan yet today. I wonder if post Once Upon a Time people are just running a bevy of other decks, or if the pre the Once Upon a Time banning, people were packing just an infinite amount of tools to deal with Titan. So super glad we put the other Reveler on the bottom. Rosanna, meet you all the way. Meet you all the way. Getting ready for another wonderful contract of playing music soon. I'm going to be heading out to sea in 6 weeks. 2 months or 2 weeks until I go to rehearsal in Florida, and then soon after that heading to Galveston, Texas to join the okay. So we've got a decent shot to just kind of kill him here. All right, I think, how do I want to sequence this? Go bolt, swing, light up. It means I don't get the second Steam-Kin in this turn. If they have Thopter Foundry in hand, I think the way to do this is to play the Steam-Kin here, just crack in for 3, and then next turn we go proper nuts. You know, the upside of playing the light up the stage this turn would have been that we could have a chance to draw another land, but I think this setup has the highest potential upside. They shock. What does that mean? Alright, let's see what happens. They're probably gonna Fatal Push then, I guess. So I think we just attack with all. Yeah. If they have double push, we could be in trouble on this one, but I can still hit them for a good chunk. Yeah, that's fine because we're just going to bolt it. So let that resolve. Okay, I'm going to hold priority, declare my attackers, bolt Soul-Scar Mage. And then actually there's a very good chance we just kill them here. So you hit them for 7. Then we remove the counters for the Steam-Kin, play light up the stage. And then Lava Dart's going to put them to 1. So let's play Crash Through first. And that means this Steam-Kin has enough now. Alright, so we got it. So we go Lava Dart. And actually... the crazy thing about this turn is now this one has 3 counters. Remove the counters. We play this Bedlam Reveler. So we can go completely bonkers. They've likely conceded. I think I'm on lockup. Yeah, okay, cool. So just got a blisteringly fast win there. Let's go like Smash to Smithereens will be good. And maybe this Abrade. Eidolon of the Great Revel is an interesting card in this sideboard. I don't think I want to hear, but... let's go Bedlam Reveler out and 2 Burst Lightnings again. I guess Burst Lightning's okay against Urza. So maybe 1 Crash Through and 1 Lava Dart's so freaking good. Maybe 1 Lava Spike. Is that nuts? Yeah, I don't want to board out Lava Spike. One Burst. So just trim around the edges a little bit. One of the things I don't like about decks like this is I feel like they really play themselves a lot. Whoop. I don't feel like I have as interesting decisions to make. I just have to draw well. Okay, so I've got multiple Soul-Scar Mages plus a Swiftspear here. So if we do the math, if you play Soul-Scar on 1, Swiftspear on 2, you attack for 2 on turn 2. Or if you play Swiftspear on turn 1, you attack for 1 on turn 1 and then 2 on turn 2. So you end up with the same amount of damage. So I think we want to get the Monastery Swiftspear going first, just poking at them, needling them. Next turn we play double Soul-Scar Mage, and then on turn 3 we've got a huge burst of damage. We'll see if it's enough. Okay, Talisman, and no Emery follow-up. That's pretty good. That is also good. So we're going to have a pretty explosive turn 3. They could play Urza before that happens. We'll see if that matters at all. So each Prowess creature basically adds 1 damage to each of these spells. So this is 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15? This one's 5. So 6, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20. So assuming that nothing happens, we're swinging for 20 this turn, which is completely unacceptable. So let's do some math, because they can play Archmage's Charm again. So they take one of my creatures. And basically I only get through with one of them. Which means I get through for 6. So I can put them to 10, and then I get through for only 3. 4, 5. So I could get through for 6 if they steal one of my creatures. Or I could Burst Lightning the creature and then take it out. Alright. I think I go combat here, or attempt to. If they have Archmage's Charm to steal one of my creatures, I just swing for 2. Okay, they let me go to combat. I think I'm just going to hit them for 6 here, if that's the option they give me. Okay, what is this? Aether Gust. Yeah, sure. And I'm going to put that on the bottom. So now I would really like to draw burn spells. So we're going to hit them for 4. I'm going to play the Steam-Kin, and hopefully that'll get us to a kill next turn. So just being a little bit cautious with how hard I pull the trigger there. Urza comes into play, sure, that's fine. Got that big booty, but cheeks. But I've got Soul-Scar Mage, which can mess with them. That's a great pickup. So we're gonna go Lava Spike. So stack that, then that. Allow. So Spike goes through. We go light up the stage. Okay. I still have this burst lightning I can play, so let's hope this hits. Alright, that was not really what we wanted to see there. But I think we have the kill here. Because they can only block 2 of these, so no matter which one gets through, it gets through 4 damage, plus we burst lightning. So, looks like we get it. Let's see. Perhaps they have something silly, like Spell Pierce. We completely wipe out their board here, regardless, so... Let's see if I'm allowed to stack my things. Alright, there we go. So I have a 4/4 Steam-Kin, 4/5 Soul-Scar. Okay, they have 2 mana. They Aether Gust my lethal creature. We'll put it on the bottom again, looking to draw burn or other card draw. We do get to wipe out their board here though, and they're on quite low resources, quite low life, so not the end of the world. And I have a 4/4 and the Steam-Kin stays hefty. So if they have Cryptic here, they can stay in this. If they have another Urza is not bad. So Bolt, Spike, Lava Dart would be A+ here. Bedlam Reveler not great, but acceptable. Oh boy. Okay. None of the above, you say. Alright. So my Steam-Kin would die to the Construct. I think they're gonna get this one, but I think we just swing with everything and then hope that they don't. They can gain life, huh? I think I just pass the turn and hope to get a better draw next turn. So now they can gain 2 life, but if they have Sword here or we're just dead in the water. Oh boy. It's gotta be Dead of Winter? Kalitas. Okay. That's a sideboard card. So they can gain 2, 3. Okay. So Burst Lightning is lethal, huh? Burst Lightning. Bolt. Bolt's okay. Okay, so how badly can this go? I can make their Kalitas have 0 power. So I think the worst this can go is not particularly bad. So I think, okay. So Unfortunately, I have to choose to shrink Kalitas here. And then, yeah. Alright, so stop them from gaining excess life there. Yeah, I think attacking there was definitely a mistake. Although, this gets the Kalitas off the table, so... And they get one zombie out of it, which is, as far as that goes, could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. So, looks like we're going to get a game 3 here. They still have life gain in their back pocket. There's a lot of ways they can just draw an instant win. Does it work? Bobble? Oh, they're spinning Urza. Got it. They look at the top card of my library, so they're going to know if they're dead or not. Or if they need to draw interaction. So Sunbaked Canyon, cool. Redraw, that they don't know what my next draw is. Bedlam Reveler currently costs me 3. Would have been a good draw there. Didn't get one. That's okay. They still have the ability to gain life. If I were them, I would have done it by now, although I guess they're more worried about spinning their Urza multiple times. Trying to get ahead that way. Which I guess I don't object to. So they get Gust back on top? Sure. I wonder if they have a way... Okay, they're responding to that by spinning first? Sure. Oh, they've got Whir? Alright, we're just dead. Cool. Alright. So, go to game 3. Do I want Leyline in this matchup? It's like... I think if I get to the point of them being able to loop stuff, we've already lost, so... Abrade is not particularly good here. I wonder if... Yeah, but I gotta hit a Leyline on the opening hand, which is not really... I think I'd rather have the Burst Lightning than the Abrade, especially on the play. Smash Smithereens does at least do 3 damage, where Abrade cannot. This is like pretty horrendous, right? It's just not aggressive enough. That's much better. You ship Burst Lightning. I think it's the worst burn spell in this deck. So the difference on this hand is the fact that if I play the Soul-Scar Mage on turn 1, then while the net number or net amount of damage that I'm dealing is the same on turn 2, assuming that I don't play any spells. If I do play a spell, which I plan on doing, so we play the Swiftspear and say, I'll spike them, then I get an extra 2 damage out of the spike, which is pretty good in my deck that wants to kill my opponent. I think we're really close to killing them next turn, actually, which is nuts. Okay, let's not miss our attack step. Okay, if it'll push, that'd be really, really, really bad. Okay, good. So, 3, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, I think I just killed him. Neat. This deck is incredibly stupid. Alright. Smash is also a good draw here. So, alright, just checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, okay, so bolt. Okay, resolves. Dart. Okay, resolves. And flashback dart. Second mountain. Go to combat. Attack with all. And it's lethal. And actually, even without their fetch land, we killed them there. So, deck is nuts. I will be back in 2 seconds. I'm just going to hit the washroom real quick, and then we'll see if I can get a 5-0 with the mono red Prowess deck, I guess. Alrighty. Cruising along with mono red Prowess. It even looks like when we're going to lose, we get a little paid off. So I think we got lucky against Bob and Cheese. He made a misplay that allowed us to take that, but definitely an incredibly powerful deck to be playing. So this time we have a Cycler on turn 1, and I only need to draw 1 land in the first couple draws. Everything else about this hand is nuts, so I think I'm going to keep it. Let's test the limits of this deck a little bit. Okay, it could be Death Shadow. Could be Jund Death Shadow. Could be an interesting matchup. Oh, Thoughtseize me, baby. All right, Inquisition. All right, if they're smart, they will take my Steam-Kin. Yep. Okay, so they're still on 5. That was a pretty good draw. I know it costs us 1 life to do this, but I'm just gonna preserve the tiny piece of information there. Soul-Scar is decent in this matchup, assuming they have Tarmogoyf. Ah! Oh. Got the Thoughtseize bug going. And then we can get this to 4. Plus deal 7, 8 damage. So I can do like 12 there. Goodness gracious. That's obnoxious. Okay, so we're gonna go Lava Dart. No, yeah. Guess it doesn't really matter which one we do. Go Lava Dart, and then we'll cast Divination. And by cast Divination, I mean light up the stage with Spectacle. Wow, that's again a little obnoxious. At least we get them until next turn, so we got a crazy density of burn here with the Lava Dart in our graveyard plus. Woo, okay. I guess they saved themselves at 1 point there. Okay, so they're at 14, so we've got 3, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, okay. That's actually kind of frustrating, but whatever. It just means we have to burn the Morphos for less value than we would want. Swiftspear, so go Swiftspear and Lava Spike this turn, so if they don't have another piece of removal, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Can't imagine what they're holding on to that isn't removal, but I suppose I'm enabling a shadow, but okay. So hopefully they finally draw a threat. Swiftspear. Interesting. No attack. That makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna crash through first. If I draw even a mountain, we've already got lethal damage in hand. No way trample and burn spells work out for us. We're in good shape, so we're gonna attack. See what happens here. They choose to block. Okay. I'm gonna bolt them, see what happens. I think Prowess trigger plus the bolt. This is gonna go through for 1 right now, plus kill a Swiftspear. They got mutagenic growth. Okay, so let's see how big that gets. I wanna say it's 5. Mine's only... Alright, so we bolted them. So I can spike them out of the... Or I can dart them out of the graveyard with that. Mountain. So we go 4/5 on 4/5. So those I'm happy to have bump. And then we post-combat spike them. And I don't think they have any ways to gain life. I'm happy with the bump here. Because they're at 3 and I've got a loud spike in my hand, so... See what happens. I think we got this one. Teamer Battle Rage. Yeah, that's fine. So they give their creature double strike and another power, but then they die. So not super worried about it. Yeah, spike you. Get out of here. No problem. Alright, so they are a 3-color deck. I think Blood Moons are worth having it. I mean, every other game I've brought them in, they've been doing less than great. And then Eidolon feels like it could be money here. I think going down the Burst Lightnings is probably the best thing. I don't think they're super likely to attack my graveyard, but let's cut 1 Reveler. Bonecrusher Giant? I really should have had the Bonecrusher Giant against the Turns deck. I think I only saw the Fog in the last game. Goodness gracious. I've just been getting lucky. Certainly not playing this optimally. Do keep this hand on the draw. I think so. Against the Inquisition deck. Inquisition Thoughtseize deck. See how much of our work they do for us again. They do know from the beginning of this game. Yeah, so they'll get a basic, which means they're very likely to be able to fetch around the Blood Moon. So I don't know if Blood Moon was a good board in here at all. They took it, so actually it must be. Bedlam Reveler is a fine pickup after that. Let's hope they have an Inquisition to follow up here. The Inquisition of Kozilek. Let's see if I can get some German copies of that bad boy at some point. The Inquisition of Kozilek. Okay, more burn spells are not the worst thing in the world. Soul-Scar Mage, also reasonable. tapped stamp. Ooh, untapped Stamping Grounds. What did you do? Bolt my guy? You bolting my guy. Alright. The only way I could save this is go Dart Flashback. I think it's worth doing. So I have another. I have enough lands to be getting on with, but I think saving the creature here is pretty value. We'll see if it immediately gets killed, or if they've got another discard spell. Okay, push is good. Still think it was worth doing, but put themselves at 8. That's ambitious. Jeez. Yeah, they must have a pretty... Oh, well, I can put them to 2. I think I get this spike out of my hand. I think we passed the turn. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I gave that a whole bunch more power. Ha! Yeah. Have not played this matchup before, so definitely gonna be learning some lessons here. Being at actual factual 20 means this is pretty close. So if they have Dismember TBR here, they can't kill me. Not quite. So I think we're gonna sweep this one out. Unless they have a discard spell here. No, it's just more damage. Good. Alright, we got it. So bolt. And good old Tempest staple shock. Alright. We're on the 4-0. So maybe we get the 5-0 with the... It's just the... With the mono-red Prowess deck. Sometimes you just gotta draw Hot Fire and get them dead. That's definitely the experience I have with playing the mono-green the Karn deck in Pioneer. Alright, let's get the 5-0. Let's just get it. Let's play a nice, tight game. Finally stop making misplays. So, mulling this hand against Bad Magic Player 1 is definitely smart. SMRT. Yep, you're going to keep this one bottom the Bedlam Reveler. Hopefully our opponent's on something like Infect and we can just trash them. This is a heinous matchup for that deck, and double Lava Dart is what their nightmares are made of. God love, I can't handle it, this thing. God love, get right to it, I ain't ready. Crazy little thing called love. Ooh, Tran. Think we have an okay Tron matchup? I wish we're gonna find out. Alright. With yeah, I need more gas. Yeah, this might not be good enough against Tron. We'll see. If they have the turn 3 Tron, then definitely can get wrecked here with this particular setup. They don't have turn 3 Tron. Okay, that's a big boost for us. I wonder if they're looking for Ancient Stirrings, or if they had it already. Okay. So, do they hit the 3rd land? Walking Ballista. That's not too... That's really bad. So now I can't play this Steam-Kin. I mean, I can play the Steam-Kin because then it puts them in a squeeze on what to do with their mana next turn, or I can just play Soul-Scar and then have the guaranteed attacker. I think it doesn't feel great, but I'm playing Soul-Scar here. Yeah, this is a tough one. I could go either way on that one. Now they've got guaranteed trot. So if I had played the Steam-Kin there, it would have much greater incentive for them to crack that. Oh boy. Alright, so spike them. So what's the best draw at this light of the stage? Is a bunch of burn spells and one burn spell, one mountain. Like a bolt and a mountain, I guess. All right, on. All right, that's really bad. Oh wait. So cracking in for a lowly 3, and then they get to set up a 4/4 ballista next turn and probably just kill my Soul-Scar Mage. If Ballista's their only payoff in hand, I guess can work out okay for us, but I wonder if they choose to do something other than a 6/6 ballista. Huh. I wonder if they go after my Soul-Scar Mage here. If they make a mistake here, I could kill them. Let's see what they do. If they go for my hand, I'm definitely exiling the Steam-Kin, and then might have the win here. Let's see what they choose. I think playing the Ballista was better there. But obviously I have full information from my side. They take my land. Shoot. And I didn't draw a land. So if I draw a mountain here, maybe we can be okay. Boy, that's frustrating. So never hit the second land, huh? And I can't attack this Karn down. I can stop it from exile another permanent, I guess, but oof. I was really hoping they would go after my hand. Yeah, I don't even have a Lava Dart in my graveyard that I could have chosen to flashback. Yeah, so exile a Steam-Kin that's never going to be able to attack. Now I got to hit the land. They've got a 4/4 Ballista here, so just have to somehow burn them out, which I don't think it's possible anymore. But okay, so too late. Yeah, alright. Let's go game 2 on the play. Again, always worth mentioning in a game that was that tight. I think on the play we get the win there, which is like classic Modern. I definitely want this Eidolon. It can really punish a lot of their churn in the early turns. Smash the Smithereens could be okay, but if I top deck it when they don't have an artifact, I'm just supposed to kill them. It's no good. I think the Crash Throughs go out on this one. There's almost no chance they'll have a a creature to block. Drawing a card is better done by other effects here. I think maybe do Scientician's Split, Burst Lightning, and Crash Through. Alright. Definitely want these Blood Moons on the draw, but I think we of course just want them in general just to slow them down a bit. I just feel like when I'm dragging the curve of this deck up a little bit with the Blood Moon, I should cut a Reveler. Yes, I would very much like to play first. I would like to mulligan this hand with no lands. Oh, one lander is real rough. Okay, opponent also mulled. Can I keep this? I don't really think that I can. I can't draw any extra cards. I have no real game plan here. Yeah. That's much better. So we're going to keep Swiftspear, land, Blood Moon, and light up the stage. Yeah. So bottoming Soul-Scar and Burst Lightning. So this gives us the highest chance of just getting this Blood Moon online on turn 3. Okay. So we're playing Modern. We're playing a powerful linear deck, so you got to mulligan to your game plan, which in most games is just get them dead. But you need a reasonable mixture of lands and spells, which obviously we didn't have on the first hand. I'm just going to play Levitate before combat here, just get the maximum amount of damage out. Smith lets me play the light up the stage before combat as well. So mulliganing to a game plan rather than not having a game plan is just definitely what you want to be doing here. Okay, so we've got a Sunbaked Canyon in exile, which is great because that means we have the third land. So we're definitely getting Blood Moon online next turn, which might be integral here. Hopefully they don't have Nature's Claim or otherwise into Natural Tron. They can use the Chromatic Star for green mana, destroy my Blood Moon, and then just if they have the Natural Tron, they just wreck us. So they didn't have it. They did have the Natural Tron, so that's pretty good for us. Bedlam Reveler currently costing upwards of 5, but the more we draw spells, the better. Okay, a little chonk. Definitely need to kick Moto after this one before we play a League with Infect. Okay. So they could pick up a Oblivion Stone with the Ancient Stirrings, yeah, and then play it this turn and pop it next turn. So Chromatic Sphere is not an Oblivion Stone though, so they are going to keep churning through their deck. This is one of those games where if we had the Eidolon of the Great Revel already, it would have been A+. Weather the Storm. Well, that's a good chunk of life gain, isn't it? Alright, so We did draw a Lava Dart though, which is great. Something I didn't notice, my Sunbaked Canyons are currently mountains, which obviously, but it does mean I can sack them to Lava Darts. So actually, if I pick up a crap. Oh boy. Oh my god. That's okay. 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 I think we might be done. Real good draw from my opponent. Alright. I think if we peel a couple of Manamorphoses here or something like that, we could get there, but this is, oh well, that's the way to start. Okay. Oh wow. I mean, yeah, this is how we do it. Doot 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 doot. Of course, I only have one mountain, so I can't actually flashback all my Lava Darts. Oh, great. Let's see. 1, 2. It's gonna be kind of close. Kind of maybe close. So if I go all in here, I don't even actually get all that close. So I think the problem is that they can... So I could have played one more Lava Dart there, which would put them to 6. I think I needed another Prowess creature to have any chance of getting there. Which is, you know, it's fine. We got drawn by the Tron deck. They drew literally no non-Tron lands, so that when they peeled their Nature's Claim, they were able to go nuts. And the Weather the Storm for 9 literally put them to the amount of life that they needed to win that game. So I haven't seen that out of the Tron deck before, but it was definitely well played. I don't think there's any possible draw left out, but we're going to try this a little longer. They took our land, the mountain, so we can't flash back. Okay, if they've got another play here. All right. So, disappointing finale with going 0-2 to Tron, even though we had a Blood Moon in a game. Just some rough mulligans, but other people had some bad variants against us in previous matches. So, nice to burn through a quick league with this Mono Red Prowess deck. It's a lot of fun to play. I don't know if I'd ever want to play it like competitively in any way. I just don't feel like you have a lot of agency a lot of the time. The deck sort of plays itself. And it's pretty neat to go through the motions of some of these lines, but like your opponent interacting with you is real bad. Obviously, it's good to play powerful proactive strategies in Magic a lot of time, because then you sort of put the ball in your court, right? If you keep a decent hand, then you don't need your opponent to do things for your cards to matter. And you don't have to try to line up your answers into their threats. You just play the threats and kill them. And if you don't, you move on to the next game. Anywho, I'm going to take a little tiny break here, make myself some warm water with lemon in it, and move on to a league with Infect. So stick around. If you're checking this out on YouTube, thank you, and I'll see you in a minute.